I'm Laurie Sokol, author and executive director of Women's E-News, and I'd like to ask this question. Are you willing to put yourself on the line? It's a question that most of us have already asked ourselves in one way or another in response to one concern or the other. But too often, standing on the sidelines has felt more safe, secure, shielded from danger and risk. But what if we no longer possess the privilege of postponement? Those of us who believe in women's right to abortion tend to be very vehement about it, angry even, with those who are trying to take it away from us. And we should be. But have we ever stepped out of our lane, put ourselves on the line? Too many of us have not, at least not yet. And this has helped enable anti-choice legislators and activists to turn back the clock in an increasing number of states to make abortion less accessible. In fact, they're counting on us, every one of us, to remain at home, sheltered and safeguarded, so that they can continue to advance their war on women's rights. So I ask you, just as I have asked myself, if not now, when? As staunch supporters of women's right to choose, many of us have spoken about it, and I'll bet even screamed about it, but mostly from within our four walls. Others have been able to coast along, taking this right for granted, not thinking about it at all. Unfortunately, we no longer have these options. In 2021, the United States has seen the highest number of abortion restrictions made law in a single year. And as the summer of 2022 approaches, the Supreme Court will soon decide how to rule on an abortion case out of Mississippi. If the court sides with Mississippi's request to overturn Roe v. Wade, access to legal abortion could end for more than 100 million Americans, including those living in nearly every southern state and large parts of the Midwest. This would only increase the momentum of a movement that has made clear it will not stop until abortion is criminalized for all women everywhere. On February 27th, in a speak out at St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City, women and others will testify publicly about the horrors they endured before abortion was legal, and in other ways bring alive why this threat to abortion rights must be defeated. One woman, an immigrant from Mexico, is flying up from Texas, where a near total abortion ban has been in effect since last September, to recount how she was denied an abortion and forced to have the child of her rapist years ago. This speak out aims at inspiring even more people to join us in the streets for abortion rights on March 8th, International Women's Day. So again, I ask you, if not now, when? We can no longer afford to stand aside. This is why we have decided it is time to step up, to not just stand with those who will be testifying, but even to risk arrest, to save the lives of our sisters throughout the country, and in solidarity with women all over the world. Peaceful resistance, civil disobedience, call it what you like. The time is now, if we are to honestly call ourselves defenders and protectors of women's reproductive choice. When future generations ask what you did when the fundamental rights of half of humanity were on the chopping block, what will you tell them? We invite you to tell them you stood up. We invite you to join us.